Welcome everyone to our Hatha yoga class. My name is Tammy and I'll be guiding you through the next 45 minutes. Our focus is on empower yourself. We'll do movements that are strength-based. We'll do movements that are opening up and feeling good about ourselves. Beginning our class, lying on your back. Come to the side of the body and then roll over to your back. Bending through the knees. See if you can touch your heels. Let your body settle into the ground. So you can do a little shift through the body first and then slowly just let your body sink into the ground, taking that pressure off of the lower back because it may be a little bit tight right now, bending the knees. And then taking one knee into the chest and then the other knee into the chest, give yourself a little squeeze and rock side to side. Come to your back here, let your back settle again into the ground, let your body settle. Come to your breath, the Ujjayi breath, breathing in through the nose and exhaling through the nose. Being present, coming into yourself. Take the right foot down to the ground, left foot down to the ground. Coming into bridge, a flowing movement for bridge. Place your palms down towards the ground, always looking up to the sky as we do this movement. Drawing your pelvis up towards the sky with the inhale breath. Exhale breath, draw the pelvis down to the ground. Engage your bandhas, so the energy lock, so drawing the navel in towards the spine and then lifting up through the pelvic floor muscles. Keep moving through this movement, going up, lifting up through the pelvis with the inhale breath and the exhale breath, lowering gently to the ground. Inhale, lifting. Exhale, coming down. One more time. Inhale, lift your pelvis up towards the sky. And exhale, coming down. Figure four, crossing the right ankle over the left knee. Wrap your hands around the left leg and hold. Flexing both of the feet, taking pressure off the knee that way. Placing your right hand into the inside of the right knee and gently pushing it away from your body. Using your breath, inhaling, opening up through the chest, opening up through the rib cage. Exhale, letting your body release down to the ground. With the next exhale breath, lowering your left foot down to the ground, uncross the right foot, and then crossing your left foot over the right knee. Wrap your hands around the right leg, picking up your foot off the ground, hold on to the right leg, and then you may gently place your left hand onto the inside of the left knee and press the inside of the knee away from the body. With the next exhale breath, lower your right foot down to the ground, uncross your ankle, and then take your feet wider than the hips. Windshield wiper knees side to side. Come back to the center. Take your feet back in, with your ankles, knees, and hips in line with each other. Take both knees into the chest. Give yourself one squeeze, taking your feet back down to the ground. Cross your right ankle over the left knee again. Wrap your hands around the left leg, and then release your hands, and then take your legs up and over to the left side. Hold on to the right ankle with your left hand, and pulling your heel in towards your waist, towards your hip, and then taking the right knee up towards the sky. Lots of things to do. It's a big opening here. You just find where it's accessible to you. If you have any kind of cramping into the foot, you can do a little movement through the foot, and then bring it back down towards the ground. And slowly release, coming back to the center. Uncross your foot, and then cross your left foot over the right knee. Bring your right foot off the ground. Wrap your hands around that right leg. Release your hands, and then take your legs up and over to the right side. Hold on to your ankle with your right hand, and then pull it in towards your body. Drawing your left knee up towards the sky. Now use your Ujjayi breath, that nice strong breath, opening up here. Engage your bandhas, draw the legs back towards the center, and cross your ankle, draw the knees in towards the chest. And then take your right foot down, the left foot down towards the ground. Extend your legs straight on your mat. Okay, we'll do a little lift here. Take your arms above the head. I have my blocks here. I'm just going to move them away. Arms above the head. And I want you to stretch out through your arms, stretch out through the legs, away from the body, and stretch, stretch, stretch. And then release your legs and arms down to the ground and just let everything go. Let's stretch again and lengthen for 4, 3, 2, 1, and then let everything go down to the ground. And then stretch arms and legs away from the center of your body. Stretch, 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 and then release, let everything go down to the ground. Okay, take your arms back to the side of the body and then bend through the knees. Take both legs up towards the sky. And arms by your sides of the body, palms down towards the ground, and point, flex the feet. And then hold here, bend through the knees, and then turn the knees out towards the armpits. You may hold on to your ankles. You may hold on to the outside edges of your feet for happy baby that we're moving into, or you can hold onto your big toes with your peace fingers. So happy baby, once you find where you'd like to hold onto, you can hold onto the knee pits too. Then you can do a little side to side rocking movement. Nice big opening. This is definitely a happy movement. And then come back to center, find stillness. And then slowly release, draw the knees into the chest and give yourself a little squeeze. Take your right foot down, left foot down, roll over to your right side to fetal. So you can take your right arm above the head and roll over to the right side. And then coming up and turn towards me and then come to all fours. Okay, so coming to all fours, hold here into cat and cow. So first into cow, moving through the tailbone first, always through the tailbone. So lumbar spine, we draw our tailbone up and then draw our heart up towards the sky for cow with a nice big inhale, and then exhale, big arch moving through the lumbar spine, tailbone, and big arch. Exhale, inhale to cow. Exhale to cat. Inhale to cow. And exhale, cat. Find the neutral spine. Wag your tail. Sit back into the heels, a little rocking movement here. Okay, step forward with the right hand, step forward with the left hand. Come into downward facing dog. Gripping your mat with your finger pads to take pressure off of the wrist. Alternate knee bends. Bend through the knees, look to the hands, walk your feet forward. Okay, top of the mat. So step a little bit more forward. Ankles, knees, hips in line with each other. Let the head hang. Inhale, come up to halfway lift now, flat back. Take your elbows out to the sides. Exhale, release, fold. Let's do that again 2 more times. Inhale, come up to halfway lift, flat back. Bend the knees enough to help keep the back flat. Exhale, release, fold. And 1 more time. Inhale, come up to halfway lift, flat back. Exhale, release, head hangs. And then inhale, coming up all the way. Draw your arms up overhead. Taking it all in, and then exhale, pass to the heart center. Okay, moving into our sun salutation for a little bit more of a warm up now to the whole body. That's what the sun salutation is always really, really great for, warming up the whole body. Okay, working through our breath, engage your bandhas to draw the navel in, lift up through the pelvic floor muscles, standing tall, draw your skin into your muscles into your bones into the center midline of your body. Attach the string to the top of your head, the crown. We stand tall with a nice big inhale, draw our arms up overhead. Exhale, dive forward, bend through the hip, bend through the knees, hinge through the hips, head hangs. Inhale, come up to halfway lift, flat back. Exhale, take your hands down to the ground, step back with the right foot, left foot. Here is our plank. We jut our bodies forward and then come down to the knees. Your elbows hug the waist. So coming down nice and slow. Uncurl the toes. Now draw the navel in, pubic bone down, tops of the feet press down, engage your quadriceps. Inhale to up dog. Exhale, release. You're trying not to press too much through the hands. You want to use your body. Inhale, up dog again. Try it again. Exhale, release. Let's try it 1 more time. Try not to press into the hands. Inhale, lift. Exhale, downward facing dog. So take those toes back to the ground and press up nice and close, elbows close to the waist, and then come into downward facing dog. Alternate knee bends again. Gripping the mat with your finger pads again to take the pressure off of the wrists. You can have the knees bent the whole time and find stillness. And now everybody bend with the knees, look to the hands, walk the feet forward. You can also come into child's pose there. You don't have to come into downward facing dog. Ankles, knees, hips sit in line with each other. Inhale, come up to halfway lift like we did before. Exhale, release, fold, head hangs. Inhale, sweep your arms up overhead, nice and strong. And exhale, hands to the heart center. 2 more times. Inhale, sweep your arms up overhead. Exhale, dive forward, hinge the hips, bend to the knees. Inhale, halfway lift, flat back. And then exhale, plank. So take hands down, step back the right foot, left foot, and then jutting the body forward. We lower into the ground. You can come down with the knees and lower. Set yourself up. Inhale to up dog. People going down. Tops of the feet press down. Exhale, downward facing dog. Inhale, hold. Exhale, hold. Draw your pelvis up to the sky. Exhaling, bend through the knees, look to the hands, walk the feet forward. Inhale, come up to halfway lift, flat back. Draw the navel in, protect your spine. Exhale, release, fold, head hang. Inhale, sweep your arms up, overhead. Exhale, hands to the heart center. Okay, one more time. Stand tall. Inhale, sweep your arms up overhead. Draw everything into the center, midline of the body. Exhale, fold, hinge the hips. Inhale, halfway lift, flat back. Exhale to plank. Chaturanga. We lower ourselves into the ground. Inhale to up dog. Exhale, downward facing dog. Inhale, hold. Exhale, hold. Remember, you can come into child's pose. Inhale. Exhale, bend through the knees, look to the hands, walk the feet forward. Ankles, knees, hips in line. And then inhale, halfway lift, flat back. Draw that navel in. Exhale, release, head hangs. Inhale, sweep your arms up overhead. And exhale, hands to the heart center. Okay, taking both your big toes together. Let's make our way to a squat. Sitting back into that squat, like you're sitting back into a chair. Seeing if your knees are passing your toes when you do sit back. So try to sit back enough so that they don't. Okay, sitting back into our squat, you can bring your hands into prayer, pressing in towards each other, those hands, staying strong here. Drawing the navel in, relax the shoulders. Let's make our way back up with an inhale. And exhale, we may dive forward. Head is hanging. Take your hands down to the ground, a sway side to side. Now let's work on our balance. Hold on to the opposite elbows as your head hangs and sway side to side. Nice and strong. Hold center, release your hands down to the ground. And then inhale, come up to halfway lift, flat back. Exhale, release, head hangs, let your head hang. And then inhale all the way up. Arms come up overhead. And then exhale, sit down into a squat. So the same idea, inhale, hold. Now we're adding the twist. Exhale, twisting over to the left side first. So right elbow onto the outside of the left knee. Check to see if that right knee is jutting forward, pull it back. Keep breathing. You are strong. With the exhale breath, you're coming back to the center and let yourself hang. Draw your bottom up towards the ground, head hangs. Inhale, breath. Come up to halfway lift, flat back. Draw that navel in towards the spine. Exhale, release, fold. Inhale, coming up all the way, arms up overhead. And exhale, sit back down to the squat. Inhale, hold. Exhale, now twisting over to the right side. Left elbow goes on the outside of the right knee. Right elbow up towards the sky. Left knee is going to want to jut ahead. So take it back, line up those knees. Waist is long. Exhale breath brings us back to the center. Head hangs, arms hang, and draw your bottom up towards the ground, towards the sky. Inhale, halfway lift, flat back. Exhale, release, fold. Inhale, coming all the way up, arms up overhead. And exhale, hands to the heart center. Okay, very nice. Bend through the knees, step or do a jump up with your ankles, knees and hips in line with each other. Bend through the knees and step your right foot straight back. Now, a nice big step, you want to have your feet your one distance leg away. Okay, so take the heel down, line your heels up for the front heel with the back arch. Left knee pointing straight ahead. And then I want you to straighten your legs. You can have your left knee bent also too. We're moving into triangle pose, Trikonasana. So your choice here. Inhale, sweep your arms up to shoulder height and reach forward through the left fingers. Exhale, rotate through the upper body, through your waist, and come down towards the ground. Keeping your waist really long. So if you find it really squishing into the waist, just come out of the pose a little bit. Your gaze may be forward, your drishti's forward facing, or turning your gaze, your drishti, your eyes towards your right thumb. Next, inhale breath, make your way back up. Exhale, bend through both knees and step right to meet left. Push it through the body. You don't have to turn, but I'm going to just go to the other side of my mat so that you can see me. So you can do that too if you like. Bend through the knees and then step the left foot back, same pose, Trikonasana, triangle pose, and then take the heel down towards ground, lining up your heels. The side of your left foot is in line with the back edge of the mat. Inhale, sweep your arms up to shoulder height, reach forward, and then exhale, rotate through the upper body, through the waist, and come down. You may have your hand lightly resting on your ankle or down towards the ground. Remember that right knee may be bent. The next inhale breath, make your way back up. Exhale, bend through the knees and step left to meet the right. Shift through the hips. Okay. Come into half moon. So I'm going to use one of my blocks here. You can use a stool also for support. I'm going to use my cork block and it's a lot firmer. This time we'll have our block at 1 o'clock on a clock. I am wrong. I'm sorry. Let's have it at 11. Like, this is not right. I need to open up my right side first. Okay. Okay, so into half moon. We'll do the fold forward. You can bend through the knees and then just see where does my block need to be so I'm comfortable. So you may need to step a little bit more forward. I'm having my block off of my mat too on a harder surface here. And then lifting up my right leg towards the sky. So just adjust where you need that block. I'm lifting up my right leg. Both legs are straight. My right foot is flexed, so my toes are down towards the ground. And holding. A little bit of a challenge here. We're turning our right toes out to face me. You may also take your hand away from the body. And then slowly release, take your toes back down to the ground and step in towards the center of your mat. It's always nice to try this out too. If you do have something to hold onto, that you can lift up your leg and try that way too. Okay, into the other side. Now I am going to place my block at 1 o'clock now, and I'll open my body the other way just so you can see what it would look like too the other way. Okay, into the other side. This time you bend forward, just place your block where you need to have it so that your body's comfortable, but it's about 1 o'clock on the clock. And then you lift your left leg up towards the sky, toes down towards the mat, and then you can turn your left toes towards, mine will be towards the back now. And then you can take your arm away. Draw the navel in, stay strong, nice big opening, lots of strength. And then slowly coming out, up half moon and stepping forward. Okay, very good. Okay, let's do another balance pose. Nice to do balance poses for strength. Coming back into ourselves. Now this one, it's a balance pose, not on my mat. It is going to be on the side. So if you have a little space around your mat that it's a harder surface, you can step there, unless your mat is good for being on a hard surface too. Okay, into first Felon's pose. I'm going to lift my right knee up towards the sky, and then turn my right knee out. I'm going to take my left hand away from the side, and then I'm going to create a little mudra here, placing my thumb and middle finger together, flexing my right foot, and it's going to make it stronger. Standing tall, and then slowly come back towards the center and place your foot down towards ground. I'll turn out to the other side now. Stand tall again. Take your left knee up towards the sky. Turn your left knee out and hold on to the knee. Take your right hand out to the side of the body, and in your mudra, you will have your thumb and your middle finger touching each other. Flex your foot. Draw your hips up. Notice if you're leaning down into one side. And then slowly release, take the knee back, and then take your foot down towards the ground and a shift through the body. Okay, let's make our way down towards the ground and do a few poses there. So you may come down towards the ground. You can do a vinyasa flow, so half sun salutation, or make your way down to the ground on your own. So on your own time, or you can follow me. And then when you're downward facing dog, bend through the knees, walk, step, or jump your feet to seated. And you're facing the front of your mat. Both of your legs come forward. Remove the fleshy part from your bottom. Toes up towards the sky, sitting up nice and tall. Take your hands just by the side of the body, sitting up tall. Lots of confidence here. Draw your chin just a little ways into the chest. Continue to sit tall. Here's a really nice time to come back to yourself and reflect on what are some really wonderful things that you have accomplished in your life. What are some really wonderful things that you have done for yourself, for others? What are some really good things about yourself that you are good at? And opening up your eyes, draw your head up. Okay. I hope you thought of one thing, just one thing about yourself that is something really empowering for you, to know something that you've done very, very good for yourself. Crossing your right leg over top of the left leg, sitting up tall, drawing your knee in towards the chest. Take your right hand down towards the ground and sitting up tall. A little twist here. Inhale, lengthen through the spine. Exhale, twisting over to the right side, looking over your right shoulder. Inhale, sitting up taller. Exhale, twisting a little bit deeper. Inhale, sitting up taller. And exhale, twisting a little bit deeper. Inhale, lengthen through the spine. Exhale, making your way out of the twist, twist to the other side. And then come back to the center, into the other side. Cross your left leg over top of the right and sitting up tall. Take your left hand down towards the ground behind you and draw your shoulder away from the ear. Inhale, lengthen through the spine. Pull the knee in. Exhale, twisting over to the left side. Looking over the shoulder. Inhale, hold. Exhale, twist a little bit deeper. Inhale, sit a little bit taller. Exhale, twist a little deeper. Inhale, hold. And then exhale, come back to the center. Okay, take the legs in front again and bending through the knees. So your hands are going to come by the side, bending through the knees, and then take your hands behind your bottom and your fingers are pointing to your bottom. Your fingers are about 3 inches away from your bottom. If this is not going to work for your wrists, take your hands out to the sides. You may tent the fingers to take that pressure off of the wrists. So finding what's going to work for you and then just sitting up nice and tall. If you want to lift your pelvis up towards the sky, you can do that. This is tabletop. So drawing your pelvis up towards the sky, gripping the mat with your finger pads to help take pressure off the wrists again. Exhale, breath leads our pelvis down to the ground if you're lifted, and then slowly release. Take your legs in front. Hold on to the right ankle. Hold on to the left ankle, and then lift your feet. Lift both of your feet off the floor, so you're balancing on your bottom. Draw both the legs up into a V sit, holding here. Staying strong. Keep holding. Keep holding, looking at something that is not moving.
You can always use your peace fingers and wrap them around your big toes. And then slowly release, bending through the knees. Take both feet down towards the ground and back in to where the knees are bent in front of you. Lift one foot off the ground. So you want to hold underneath your right knee pit, hold underneath the left knee pit, and take the feet off the ground for boat. Asana, sitting up nice and tall. So we want to lift our chest up. Okay, looking at your toes, your big toes. Release your right hand. Use your core strength. So use your bandhas. Release your left hand. Keep looking at your big toes. You may have your ankles, knees, and hips in line with each other. And then slowly, I would like you to release. Take your feet back down to the ground. Okay, I would like to show you this way to do boat pose. So it's with a foam block. So it's a nice lightweight block, and you're going to place it between your knees and see if that helps to take pressure off your lower back. I'm hoping that it will for you. Okay, so we're going to lift both of the feet off. You can use a cushion too, just a small cushion. Just place it between your knees. And back into boat. Draw your chest up. Squeeze your block. Release your hands. Keep holding. Keep holding. Keep holding. Try not to put your hip flexors into it. So use your core. Use your bandhas. Those are those energy locks. Pull them in. And then slowly release. Take both feet down to the ground. Okay. Let's make our way down to the ground. Roll over to the side of the body and then turning so that your head faces the front of your mat. This is my front of my mat. And roll over. Okay, let's come back to where we began. From the beginning in bridge. Okay, here you might actually want to use your foam block and place it between your knees for bridge. I love doing this one because it definitely does take pressure off of the lower back when you are on the floor. So try it this way. Place your hands down towards the ground and always looking up to the sky for bridge. We never look around. See if you can touch your heels too, for that's for the setup. And then draw your pelvis up towards the sky. Hold it onto your foam block, or you're holding onto a little pillow between the knees. Notice if it does help to take pressure off of the lower back. You might notice it more here than in boat pose. Gently pulling that navel in again towards the spine. Engage your bandhas. And when you do that, also that is your support. That is your strength for the back. The inhale breath, that is your strength for your back. Okay, slowly draw your pelvis down into the ground. Draw the knees into the chest. Give yourself a little squeeze. And then release. You can place your block to the side again here. Okay, our final pose, Shavasana. Shavasana, of course, can be on your back. You may have your knees bent. You can have your legs straight by taking the right foot to the right corner of your mat, left foot to the left corner of your mat. You may squeeze your glutes and then let them release down into your mat. You can come to a seated position too. You may have legs up the wall. You can be on an incline. Finding what is going to work for you. It's always good to have a blanket covering your body too, or something nice and warm. Come into Shavasana. We'll be in Shavasana for a few minutes, so really do take that time to set up. Close your eyes. Your lips part. Let yourself just start to sink. Let yourself start to melt into this lovely resting state. Your mind wanders, not focusing on one thought. Letting yourself just be. I will call you back when it is time. Slowly coming back, wiggling your toes, wiggling your fingers, noticing the sounds around you. Taking all of this positive feeling, all this positive energy around us, embracing it. And when you're ready, if you are lying on your back, you may come into fetal. Bending through the knees, take your right hand, right arm above the head, and then roll over to your right side. Take a moment and then make your way up to a comfortable seated position. Placing your hands to your heart center. Thank you so much for joining me and sharing your practice with me. Thinking of wonderful things about yourself, just one thing right now, and embracing it and taking it in. Namaste.